Good evening. My name is Taylor Hosendorf. I'll be presenting to you my third speech for my speeching class. How many of you have had kids under the age of 25? For me personally, I've had 2. Majority of women get their life put on a pause when having children early. Having children can cause a delay in your career, your education, and your social life. Personally, dealing with the education aspect, I had to delay my education for 2 years before I can go to college in order for my kids to get of age and everything, get in priorities basically to go to college. In addition to waiting 2 years, I've had a lot of memory loss with having children and just memory loss with the education process, so it does delay the care versus not having the kids. I could have just immediately went to college and it would have been fresh. Everything is always fresh whenever you just learned it and you just move forward with it. Career, most jobs will not hire you if you're pregnant due to how long you have to take off for your maternity leave, due to the appointments, just due to multiple different aspects. Once you have a child, then you have sick baby times, and it just becomes a hold and a hassle for the child as well as for the job. You're going to always continue to request for your job to, handle your child and everything else, especially being a single mother. That is where the struggle is it's massive. Everyone needs to have time to take off for their children and everything else. Social life. When planning a social life and kids are included, there is not time for the mom and dad. Especially in my life, there's not time for mom and dad because we always have the kids on our side and they're always wanting to join us, and it's mainly in the house where our time is at. I move everyone to try and push off or at least think very heavily whenever considering having kids at an early age. 25 I say is early, just being that 25 is the time after you graduate college, the time you at least have your bachelor's degree, the time that you'll at least be somewhat in midlife, that you've experienced everything that you need to, and you can move forward. 25 is you'd have your partying days, you'd have your time as your career, you'd be able to establish something within yourself, so your child isn't stopping you going forward, your child is just adding more love into it. Your child isn't stopping you as far as your social life because you've had that. Now you found your soulmate, or your head is finding your soulmate, but it'll be that time. It won't just be you just having a child and you not be prepared, because not having a child during the right times, it alters everything. I really push and urge everyone to highly consider the thought of a child. A child is a big responsibility. It's not a dog. It's not a niece, nephew that you can just get rid of. You definitely want to consider it, evaluate it, and process it, because it's a major responsibility. Education is the #1 thing. After education, you have to move forward to your career. If you have children, sometimes you can't go on that career path because daycares don't work night times. Daycares don't work certain daytimes. You have transportation that you have to do. Kids have to get on the bus, or you have to take them. You have to consider all of this into evaluation. So it's very important to process the ideal of what age, what time, when you want to have that child. I recommend after 25. 25 is the best time, your youth, and you've lived your life. Now it's time to live it with a child, if that's what you choose. Always think before you act. It can make the biggest difference, the biggest change in your life. Thank you.